Hey everyone, this is Stamping Songbird, and today I'm going to make 3 cards using Hero Art's December kit. It comes with this beautiful pitch black cardstock, this great stamp set, so many images, this wonderful background die that has 2 people in balconies, and all of the dies that coordinate with the stamps. This background die is also part of the kit. It is a large 6x6 rubber stamp that has different buildings and houses. So I'm going to start with a piece of white cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to use the 3 little inks that come in the kit. So these inks are Hero Hues, and they come in Berry Smooth, which is that purple color, Fruit Punch, which is the orange color, and Lemon Drop, which is the yellow color. So I'm just blending these together to create a sunset or sunrise type of background. Looks a little messy now, but it's going to look really nice after I do a couple of coats of blending. So I'm going to move on to the Lemon Drop. And these cubes are tiny. These are the small ones, and they came with the kit. So it took me a while to get through all 3 colors to blend them perfectly. But in the end, it worked out. So here's what it looks like once all the blending is done. And I'm going to use this sunset or sunrise hue to be the backdrop for this die. So I'm going to run that through my machine with black cardstock. And doesn't that look fantastic? Once you put it over it, it looks like it's a sunrise or a sunset. So I'm just going to adhere that directly onto that panel. For this, I'm going to use my Art Institute glitter glue. It's got a fine tip, and there are very, very small pieces to this background. The card looks fantastic as is, but this is just the panel. So I need to add this to an A2 card base. And I'm doing that with my Art Institute glitter glue, but I realized that the sides are a little long, so I just trim those down real quick and then add them to the panel. Okay, now all we're missing is a sentiment. So I'm going to use one of the sentiments that comes in the kit and in this great stamp set. And I think I'm going to pick Thinking of You. So I'm just going to grab a stamping platform. This one is a Tim Holtz stamping platform in the travel size. So I'm using my magnets just to hold that down. And this allows you to stamp over and over again to get a nice dark impression. So I flipped over my little window there because I had it ready for the red rubber stamp, but I needed to change it so that I can use it with the clear stamp. I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink, and there's my sentiment, and this card is done. So we're going to move on to the second card. For the second card, I'm going to use the background stamp. It's got these great buildings and houses, and I just stamped that on an A2 size base, and then I colored it. Again, this is an A2 basic size card, side folding, and I'm just going to pop that on using my Art Institute glitter glue. You could use any kind of adhesive for this, but I just decided to use this glue. It'll work well, and it won't make the card stiff because there aren't many elements on this card. Just making sure that that's nice and flush. And now all this card is missing is a sentiment. So unlike the first card where I put the sentiment right on the front of the card, this one I'm going to put on the inside of the card. So again, I'm going to use one of the sentiments that comes in the kit, and I added Can't Wait to See You. I also thought that the front needed something, so I grabbed the small die that says Hey I just stamped that out and cut it with my scissors and added that to the front. And I call this card done. Doesn't it look great? I love it. All right, one more card to go. So this time I'm going to use Tim Holtz layering masks. And this one is the moons. I don't remember the exact name, but it has, I think, 4 sizes or 3 sizes of moons. And it's got the circle part, and then it's got the detailed part. So the first stencil I'm using is the one just to create the smallest moon that comes in the set. And I'm using, I believe it's peacock feathers, distress oxide ink to blend around the stencil. Once you blend around it and you remove the stencil, you'll have a clean image in the back, or I should say negative space. Next, I'm using chipped sapphire, and that's going to go around the panel and around the peacock feathers. Okay, next I'm going to use some black soot to go around the edges. And actually I didn't use chipped sapphire. I used, I think it's Blueprint Sketch. Yes, it's the latest blue that's in the Distress Oxide line. So peacock feathers, Blueprint Sketch, and black soot. And it looks a hot mess right now, but it's going to look great once it's done. Just blending that around, and I'm going to grab a little bit more of the peacock feathers off screen and add that to the center, and then remove my stencil. Look how clean that circle is. But it isn't ready yet. So now I'm going to take the second part of this stencil for this size moon, the smallest that comes in the set, pop that right on the top, and I've got a piece of washi tape right underneath it so that it stays in place. And I'm going to use pumice stone to just add a little bit of the details for the moon. It's a very light color. So just blending that gently over the open areas. And now it looks like a moon. Now we're going to use the panel once again for that background die. I love this panel. It has such a great scene. It's got a guy on a balcony at the top looking up, and it looks like a female just relaxing in the other balcony. You've got laundry hanging, birds. Doesn't that look great? I think I'm going to make a ton of cards with this December kit. So now I'm just going to add some glue to the back of that, and then add that to my A2 size panel. And this card is almost done. So now we need a sentiment. So this time around, I'm going to take one of the sentiments and use some embossing powder. So I'm using my embossing buddy just to put that there, and it allows the embossing powder to just adhere to the Versamark watermark ink, which is a very sticky ink, and it doesn't let the embossing go anywhere else on the card. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to grab my white embossing powder, which I have in this little container that I got off of Daiso, a Japanese discount store that's around me. They have some great items. Now I'm just going to heat that up. And the sentiment that I chose is, through it all, I'm here for you. And this card is done. So here are all 3 cards together. The first one, the nighttime scene looking at the moon. Here we have a sunrise or sunset, thinking of you. And then we have the, hey, can't wait to see you, with the cityscape in the background. Oh, these came out fantastic. I love them. I know it's already January, but if you can get your hands on this kit, it is absolutely worth it. It's Hero Arts December 2021 kit. So I was able to make 3 cards, more of a morning one, a nighttime one, and a city one, and they all look fantastic. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this inspires you to check out Hero Arts and try one of their monthly kits. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really does help me know what kind of content to make for you. Please let me know what you want to see on this channel next, and until next time, happy crafting.